I've been receiving a lot of DMs and email messages on people who want to change, whether it's changing their career, changing in their business or their personal life. What I decided to do is just put a quick message together when it comes to change. If you are in the process of trying to change something in your life, well, the first thing is you want to ask yourself, why do you want to change? And that's probably the most important question to ask yourself, because that's going to be the overall anchor through your change process. The mistake that I made early in my career was I wanted to change for other people. That's a big no-no. I had to learn the hard way. If I'm not implementing these changes for myself, then what's the overall point? However, you have so many people wrapped up in making other people happy that they want to make these changes, as opposed to saying, will these changes make me happy? And that may be a hard question to ask yourself, but if you don't answer it openly and honestly to yourself, everything else that I'm going to tell you is going to go for nothing. The second piece, when you're going through your change process, you have to understand that whatever you're trying to change into, you will be tested in that arena. For example, if you are trying to change to become a more patient person, you will be placed in situations where it's quicker and easier to be impatient than anything else. Change doesn't just happen just because you open your mouth and put it out there to the world. I mean, anybody that tells you that, they really have a novice understanding of what it takes to change, because we are human beings and we are wired to operate a certain way. And if there's anything that disrupts that overall operation, conflict or tests will occur. If you're in the process of trying to change and you are going through some tests, so to speak, you're in the right space. Last but not least, and this is a personal piece for me, when it comes to the area of change, you have to embrace the loneliness that comes with that change. There's certain people in your life that's feeding the very thing that you want to change. You ultimately want to make that change. You're going to have to make some overall adjustments. Now, based off of the relationship that you have, you can't just say, okay, tell your spouse, I don't want to be married to you anymore because I'm trying to make this change. However, you have to understand that once you're going down this road to change, people are going to fall off. And instead of worrying about the people that you lose and so worried about being lonely while you're going through this process, embrace that loneliness. On a personal note, that's one of the things that I'm going through right now. I'm changing for the better, for me and where I want to go in my life. However, you have a lot of people that don't want that change to happen. There's a certain level of loneliness that comes with that, especially right now. I mean, I thank God for the people that are in my life and my family, but the associations that I have are starting to get smaller and smaller. And in the beginning, I worried a lot, but now it's gotten to the point where if those people aren't in my life, no harm, no foul, I still need to keep moving in the right direction. So instead of me being fearful of that overall loneliness, I had to embrace it. And I'm so glad that I am, because it's no harm, no foul, but I'm learning to, lean on myself and lean on the true people that are in my life, which is okay. So, because change will narrow the overall playing field with people. It'll kick out the people in your life that won't be good for this overall change that you're trying to endure, but that change will improve the quality of your life. Everyone looks at, when it comes to change, the beauty after the fact and after you change, but nobody really talks about the trials and tribulations while you're going through that change. I would rather give you those trials and tribulations so you can prepare for it as much as you can, and you could endure that struggle and that challenge when it comes to that overall change. A comment below the changes that you are currently trying to make. I want to genuinely know what changes you're trying to make, because I want to help you see those changes. I just want to make sure that anyone looking at this video who's in the process of change and knowing that you're not in it alone. Once again, this is Eric V. Horn. Have a good one, guys.